Switching gears now, how many times have you bought a product because the label says it's good for the earth or eco-safe? Well, a lot of us do and feel good that we're doing our part to save the planet. Well, a survey out today suggests earth-friendly labeling is mostly hogwash, or should I say greenwash. Environmental marketing firm TerraChoice examined more than 2,200 products and found almost all of them, about 98%, made misleading claims. Joining us from Ottawa to explain is the president of TerraChoice, Scott McDougall. I think a lot of people are going to be very disappointed to hear what you found. Now, your company looked at products in North America, the UK, right, Australia, that were claiming to be environmentally friendly. What struck you most about your findings?
We were struck by a couple of things. The 7 Sins of Greenwashing study was prompted by an important and exciting phenomenon, which is that consumers in Canada and around the world are demanding greener products in a way that they never have before. But consumers and companies are only slowly getting good at that. We did this study to help accelerate progress toward real sustainability in products, and we found good news and bad news. The good news is far more products than ever available are claiming to be green, meaning consumers are demanding it and marketers are responding. The bad news is that there's still quite a bit of greenwashing, 98%, and that it's changing, which has caused us to identify the same 6 sins of greenwashing we identified last year, and a new one called the sin of worshiping false labels.
So tell me what kinds of products we're talking about here.
We're talking about the products that you or I, Andrew, would find in our homes or in supermarkets. I mean, we designed this study so that it would be useful to the average mainstream consumer. We visited big box stores, 12 of them in Canada, mainstream groceries, pharmacies, that kind of thing, products that include cleaning tissue, cleaning chemistry, chemicals, kids and baby products, paint, tissue paper, anything you would find in a hardware store or a pharmacy or a grocery store, very mainstream things. And
you say you identified, was it 6 or 7 sins of greenwashing? What are some of the most egregious ones?
Yeah, well, by frequency, the most common one is something we've called the sin of the hidden trade-off. We didn't make these tests up, by the way. These tests come from international authorities like ISO, the Competition Bureau of Canada. We've tried to put an easier organization to them so that consumers and companies can learn. Hidden trade-off is, interestingly, if I tell you one thing that's true about my product, but I use that truth to draw your attention away like a magician, draw your attention to my left hand so you can't see what my right hand's doing. Like paper, if I tell you only about forestry but not about the manufacturing practices, then I may be claiming a green product just based on one partial truth rather than the whole truth.
So do you get the feel? I was just going to ask you, do you get the feeling that with these products, it's not so much that they aren't doing something, it's just that they're really stretching the truth? So I'm just trying to give people kind of a, when they go to their grocery store and they see a claim and they go, oh, well, what's the point of buying this if it's not doing anything that's good for the environment?
Generally, that's exactly what we're saying. We don't suspect most companies are deliberately trying to mislead. They're getting better at this gradually. They're overstating their claims, and that's the problem. Environment is a complicated subject. Consumers need to support all those products that are trying to make progress. But we'll only really accelerate progress towards sustainability if we get good, clear, fulsome information. So you're right. There's truth in these claims, but there's only partial truth.
Is there something you can do about that? Because it would seem to me that if you make a claim, that it has to be the truth. If you don't make a claim, then that's misleading. I don't know if it's illegal. What can you tell us about that?
Well, what we're trying to do is put easy tools, these 7 sins of greenwashing. They're listed, by the way, at the sinsofgreenwashing.org. Easy tools in the hands of consumers and companies. There are regulatory authorities. The Competition Bureau of Canada has a set of guidelines that it can act on, and there are similar organizations around the world. What consumers can do is, first of all, keep supporting green products. It's so important. Consumers are so powerful in change towards sustainability. They need to do that.
Even if they're products that may be products that, as you say, stretch the truth or mislead a little bit?
I think so, because their only alternative is to choose those products that aren't even trying, aren't even endeavoring to make a claim. So support greener products. Look for reliable eco-labels like the Eco-Logo program, the Government of Canada's own program, or Green Seal or Green Guard. And if you can't find products that have that third-party test and certification, in the moment we have to make a decision, choose that one that is doing its best job at being transparent, at informing and educating. That means you'll make a better decision at the moment, and you'll send a strong message to companies that you want and expect better, more, and complete information.
All right. Good to talk to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Andrew.